Even more Gloomspite Gitz are here.
Spiky bits.
That's right. Tons. Well, this is still wave 1, but wave 2 is on the way. Tons more Gloomspite Gitz are here. It's almost a complete revamp of the line. Welcome back, Hobby Maniacs. I'm Rob Baer from SpikyBits.com, and we are going over the Battletome, the Warscroll cards, the crazy looking dice, and last but certainly not least, the ginormous Loonshrine terrain piece that came out this week. Now, the Warscroll cards that are hitting are pretty much the same format, and we'll show you those here in a second here, but these are, well, they're basically the same as what we have seen in the past. I think they're $25 US. The dice set is $30 US for this right here. Actually, no, these are 15. Excuse me. What am I thinking? These are 30. The Battletome is $40, and it's actually one of the bigger Battletomes that we've seen here come out for Sigmar. And then the ginormous terrain piece, the Loonshrine, is $60. So the most expensive piece of wave 1, and we already know the Mangar Squig is $80 in wave 2, which we'll see next week, but this one is definitely ginormous and pretty cool looking too. So I'll show you the exact footprint of this here in a second. So overall, it is a full-size box that you would expect from Games Workshop, and once you open it up, oh, and it is that Chinese resin, that Asian plastic. So it says designed in the UK, big flag right there, little tiny small print, made in China, boom, boom, boom. But there it is. And like I said, they've gotten better with their designs and stuff over the past few years when it comes to the terrain and everything. But, you know, starting out, it was definitely a little challenging for them, and the terrain wasn't quite there. So here's kind of how it goes together, left and right halves. Little mini moon on the side right there. That's the left and right half. And then it has this, where is it? Oh, it has these little, like, insert pieces here that kind of go under it to help brace it and give it a little bit more space. It doesn't come with a base, kind of like the Nurgle tree. It just is what it is. And then you put all the shroom stacks and then the cage with the bones on top of it, and that's pretty much just call it a day. So let's look at the sprues themselves. So the first sprue is rather big. This is a normal full-size sprue kind of kit here. And let's get a measurement on this, exactly how big. So it's about 7 inches long by about 7 inches high. Now it's going to be rectangular, and like I said, it's got the little insert pieces that go inside there. So there's the I guess that would be the left half of the moon, which is opposite to this half, and then you got your little inserts and all your shroom stacks and all the cages and things right there, all the little different shrooms. And it looks like it's gonna butt up flush in some places and then have sockets in others, so that may make it a little bit easier to put together. But I would definitely have your plastic putty handy for filling those gaps. It looks like the mold lines are gonna be decently okay on this. I'm just checking what the plane is here, and it looks like it'll be okay. Not too crazy on the mold lines, maybe a few scrapes here and there, but it looks like it's a pretty good kit as far as that goes. Let's look at the other sprue, which is going to be the opposite halves here, and there we go. You can kind of see a lot of the detail, all the shrooms and everything, and the barnacles on there. There's your shroom stacks, and you got your cage. There's your skeleton. Let's take a look at that detail. So pretty well detailed for the most part. I mean, yeah, that's not bad. That's not bad detail. And yeah, I'm behind this. It's ginormous. You're gonna have to play around it, and for the radius effects, I mean, you're talking pretty good chunk of the table when it's 7 inches, and you're gonna have what, 6-inch radiuses coming off of it. So it's a good chunk of the table and something that you get to just kind of put down. So not too bad of a model, but it does have a hefty price tag. Now, as far as the Battletome goes, it's about 111 pages, which is about 10 more than the Beast of Chaos that came out, the last Battletome that came out for them. And it's one of those combination books or combination Battletomes that actually, you know, you can put multiple keywords in here under destruction, and it's all Gloomspite Gitz, but then, you know, you could actually ally some of these back out too, with different factions. Like, you know, you got Trogoths in here, you got Spider Fangs, you know, so it's kind of interesting how it works. Same with the Beast of Chaos. So things are similar, but things are also different. Warscroll Rise, I think there's 41 of them, including the new endless spells, which is kind of neat to see. Lots of that, and they do have a significant section of painted miniatures. They even give you some ideas on painting miniatures, and of course a whole bunch of, you got a big section here, about 4 pages on how to paint the different stuff, and we'll show you the different effects and banners and things on here. And then of course you've got your beach area with all your stuff and extra, just kind of fluff behind what's happening in the moon, and all the new stuff that's kind of the new thing now that we've been reading about online. And then also, since Sigmar basically happened, coming over from Warhammer Fantasy, so lots and lots of info on that. Graphics look great. Then you've got all the new Trogos and things, which seem to be what people, maybe the Mangler and the Trogos are what folks seem to be the most kind of interested in. I mean, they did a great job, like I showed you in the last video, on the newer designs for the Fanatics and the Hoppers and the Bounders and all those things. And here they give you a little breakdown of the army, and then it goes into the painted section, which is really cool to see. And then you've got your allegiance traits, and we already knew about the moon, and then your command traits, and then all your, artifacts of power, all the things that you would expect, depending on who you're taking. The Loon Boss, the Madcaps, the Trogos, your Spell Lords, and then it busts into the Bad Moon Loonshire right there. Oh, it's actually 12 inches. So you can bring out new Stabber or Shooter models. That's just your base troops within 12 of it. So that's a big chunk of the tabletop, judging by the 7-inch diameter that it already has. Then it goes into the Warscroll section. You got your Warband tables for the Path to Glory. Yep. So then you go into your Warscroll section, and there's actually a lot, although it doesn't appear like there's a lot because there's 3 to a page here, which is, kind of something cool. There is no other Trogs ones. There's the Squigalanch, and then it just goes straight into the War Scrolls themselves. And then each one of those, that hero box that's coming out week 2 has Duders in here. And something else that was kind of curious that I wanted to show you. Oh, so you've got the Night Vault warbands are in here too. So you've got Zarbag and Zarbag's Gitz, and you also got Molog somewhere. And there's your Trogos. Where's Molog? I guess he's named Scuttleboss, Arachnarok. There's Molog. So there's Molog, and it will be coming out soon, I guess, for Night Vault, because we know he's on the way. So he'll be coming out soon, and then that's basically it. You got your War Scrolls for your endless spells right here, and pitch battle profiles with all your points, and then all your battle lines and all your notes and things right there. So it actually takes up 2 pages, which is more than the Beast of Chaos as well. So overall, looks like a fairly well laid out book. Lots and lots of options, and the way they kind of took a bunch of different faction keywords and kind of put them all together is really cool to see as well, because that gives us hope for a lot of the other crazy kind of factions that really don't make sense unless you kind of put them all into one book, or perhaps Age of Sigmar 3.0. If there's one thing you know about Spiky Bits, it's we love our game aids. Man, I cannot tell you how much I really enjoy having the cards and everything I need right on the tabletop to remember and keep track of my game. And that's what I love about Age of Sigmar, is they have the dopest War Scroll cards and little kind of token packs that come out with their factions. So far, we've only seen War Scroll cards, larger format ones, for 40k for the Custodes, which came in the collector's set, and also the Knights, which I'm a little disappointed about Games Workshop. I think you can do better. People will buy them, but maybe you're worried about losing rulebook sales. I feel like that might be moot at this point with all the changes. But anyways, I digress. Great idea with these little War Scroll cards laid out. Couldn't do it better myself, laying these things out and having all the cool backers and all the graphics and stuff. I mean, it's just well done. And the ones that are too big, you've got the centerfold. There it is. So they're really cool. I mean, I wish they had this for 40k. I really do. But it's really neat to see on the tabletop. Definitely, if they ever remake these for the previous factions before Age of Sigmar 2.0, I'll be picking those up for my warbands, because I think for $15, it's pretty much, you might as well just tell me the Battletome is going to cost me $55, because that's $40 for the Battletome, and then also $15 for this pack of cards that I pretty much feel like, oh, that's right, those don't go. Those go on the back, stupid, that I have to have right there. And try not to destroy these, because some lucky patron's going to get them. And last but certainly not least, is the $30 set of themed dice for the Loonshrine Gitz. So we've saved the only thing I don't like about this release for last. So unfortunately, these are cool. You get 20 of them. They're 16 mil. They're big, right? You know, we've seen in the past, like, you got the Nurgle ones that were like a squishy rubber kind of thing, and inside of a like plastic kind of harness around it. They didn't roll so well. They were kind of difficult to use. And we've seen different factions that it was really hard to see and read the numbers on them as well. I've even showed you the Nighthaunt ones where I literally pulled it out of the package, and the resin hadn't fully cured. It was literally the bottom of the package, the tray here, was literally wet. The resin hadn't fully cured. So there's been good dice and there's been bad dice. And let me show you what I think of these dice. And you know, obviously y'all are gonna decide for yourselves. But first off, I definitely noticed that some of the yellow, which I assume is the pips, is kind of missing. Like, they missed the spot for it. Like, you can see here, it's kind of like the paint just kind of goes over almost. Like right here, it kind of missed all the pips. It's just kind of blotchy. Like, you got red over the spot here. I assume this is the 4. Kind of where it shouldn't be. And it seems a little nitpicky, but when you're spending $30 for something, you're kind of like, I really feel like it should be tight. You know what I mean? And plus, it makes it kind of hard to read on the tabletop, perhaps, too. So that's just kind of my my gripe right there, my constructive criticism. Now, let me get the light on this and show you. Okay, so you'll also notice, and let me find one here, where it almost looks like there's a divot from where it was cut. There it is. It almost looks like there's a divot from where it was cut from whatever it was manufactured on. And each one of these has a little divot. And I don't know what that'll do for rolling. But let me just grab a handful of these and show you how they roll. Because we always do that. And who doesn't like rolling dice, right? So here we go. You notice you're not hearing any noise, right? Oh yeah, they're made out of rubber. They are literally rubber dice. They bounce all over the place. Woo! It's kind of crazy. Not only are they made out of rubber, but check this out. If you're ever in a bind and you need a quick eraser, yo, your dice got you covered, dog. We will take care of that. You lose some wounds on one of your models, we got you. Boom. There it is. $30. Get you some dice erasers that are really fun to play with, but I don't know if your opponent might like it much. Oh my goodness, that's crazy. All right, well that's it. That's the product to go out on, folks. All right, man. So that's it for this one. I super appreciate your time watching this video. Hopefully we all learned something today. Overall, I think from this release, Games Workshop is really turning a corner and going forward with their design and stuff. But they, you know, they always have some wacky stuff like these dice too. They're interesting. We'll leave it at interesting. Weigh in the comments below and let me know what you think. And make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you can be the very first to like and comment when you see new products such as this.
Spiky bits.